Hello, and welcome to the HyperLeague once again. I'm Memage. I'll be casting this match for you. We are currently in Season 1, Round 1 of the HyperLeague. We're going to be looking at the first game between Filthy Rich and MisterTomo. Let's get the game loading up and see what we got here. Alright, let's see. We've got a battle going on Alvarez, Filthy Rich as the Dark Eldar, and MisterTomo as the Imperial Guard. Let's see how they do. MisterTomo starting off with a squad of guardsmen, a couple of them. Let's see, Filthy Rich, not doing much of anything at the moment. Seems to be getting his bearings. Nearly 30 seconds into the match, and Filthy Rich has not yet started doing anything. This could prove to be a problem for him. Okay, there we have a Hall of Blood going down. Need to figure out what we want to do. Probably perusing the buildings. Not sure which builder we want to go with. It's fine. We also got a squad of mandrakes coming out. Meanwhile, MisterTomo getting that second squad of guardsmen out and throwing down an infantry command. That'll allow him to get his command squad out, as well as give him some early protection if he needs it. Again, just by simply garrisoning his units into that building, he can effectively have a turret there. Spreading out to grab some points. Good calls there. Let's see. Filthy Rich does have his first squad of mandrakes out now. Let's see, building another tortured slave, as well as another squad of mandrakes coming up. Not yet going out to capture any points, so he's already falling behind here in the resource race. He's currently got the plus 20 versus MisterTomo's already at a plus 32 now, having just captured that second point. And he's building a listing post onto the first point. That will both get him some additional requisition inflow, as well as giving him that one-time boost there, up to 600 now. That'll give him as much as he'll need to make his command squad, although that's already made. Fantastic. Another listing post going down and continuing to grab new points. Filthy Rich has moved his squad out to grab a point, but hasn't actually started grabbing it yet.
Objective secured.
Once again, he is severely behind in the resource race at the moment. He is working on a couple squads of warriors. That will be very useful for him as long as he can position and use them correctly. This tortured slave's coming out as if to build a listening post, but he's not yet captured the point, so that's not going to do him any good yet. He is capturing a relic now. That'll be his first captured point, interestingly enough. Let's go back and have a look at MisterTomo, see how he's doing. So he's put building on hold at the moment, looks like. He's got plenty of requisition, but probably his tech priests are all accounted for, doing other things at the moment. Perhaps just the one, actually. That would account for why things are going a bit slow on the build order for him. But he is capturing a relic and a critical location, so that will give him a head start on this map. Oh, and Filthy Rich did not actually capture that relic. He's pulling away from it, having not actually captured it. He is finally grabbing this other strategic point, though. So that will bring him up to 26 on his requisition gain. But again, MisterTomo is already at 56, so he is very... Let's see, MisterTomo has a massive lead in that resource race now. It's going to be hard for Filthy Rich to overcome that.
By the Emperor.
So we do have a plasma generator going down for MisterTomo. That'll allow him to start teching up his people. He does have another tech priest constructed, as well as another squad of guardsmen ready to go. So that is 4 total squads of guardsmen that he has out now, in addition to his command squad. He has not reinforced his command squad at all yet. It's a bit of a questionable tactic there. He does have that second plasma generator down. Not doing anything else at the moment. That's a bit of a problem. He's got plenty of requisition. He needs to be spending that. Got another plasma generator going down. Continuing to grab points. It's one of the issues that can happen when you're trying to micro resource gather. Just the extra effort and time it takes to send those squads out. If you don't have them hotkeyed or know where you're wanting to send them, then it can definitely take away from your time in building construction. Meanwhile, Filthy Rich does have one tower loading down and another one going up on his secondary strategic point. He's got a couple more, so he is now up to plus 50 on resources versus the plus 79 of MisterTomo. Again, MisterTomo is continuing to grab more points across the map, so he's maintaining that lead, and he's about to grab the second critical location, which is going to start the countdown for the take and hold.
Has begun.
So now all of the impetus is on Filthy Rich to go out and grab one of those points, take it back from MisterTomo, and force this match to continue on out into a longer fight. If he cannot take that point, then we're looking at the last 6 minutes of the
Objective
match.
secured. What now?
Now the one scary thing about this is that the Imperial Guard are phenomenal at entrenching, so all MisterTomo really has to do is start lining his troops up, get a couple heavy weapon squads out here, maybe throw down a bolter turret, and he will have a very difficult position for Filthy Rich to try to take. He does very intelligently have 3 of his squads up here at this critical location. Switch over to Fog of War real quick. So he does not yet know where Filthy Rich is.
Take and hold victory.
But right there, we've got them coming out. Mandrake's coming out to face those Imperial Guard. This is an excellent setup right here. Those Mandrakes are going to do really good damage against those Guardsmen while those Warriors fire into it. The Warriors are very fragile, but they have very good firepower. So if you can just have them sit back while one of your other squads tanks, this is an excellent lineup for Filthy Rich. But that was an excellent counter from MisterTomo, sending his command squad to get stuck into those Warriors to break up their fire, stop them from contributing as much as they were. That said, Filthy Rich probably still has this, again, because those Guardsmen are breaking and those Mandrakes are just devastating in close combat. So we do see MisterTomo's forces falling. His full command squad is going to be able to push back a little bit here, but they are going to have to either fall back or die. They're not going to be able to hold up to the withering power of those warrior squads in the background.
5 minutes until take and hold victory.
Although with the additional 2 squads of guards coming to support, he may be able to handle this. And indeed, the command squad getting stuck back in those warriors. Those warriors now need to fall back, or they are going to get killed. So it was a very brutal, costly battle for MisterTomo in particular, given the number of units that he lost. But it does look like he's going to prevail in this particular combat and hold the point for now. So Filthy Rich is building, he's getting the infiltration for his Mandrakes, so they're not going to be as useful as tanks at that point, but they will be a big problem for the Imperial Guard, unless they're near, of course, the listening posts. A bunch of warriors queued up after that. No other buildings going down. That's a bit concerning. He is upgrading his Tower of Loathing. Give himself a little bit more defense.
4 minutes
may not matter,
until
however.
take and hold victory.
Again, he's only got 4 minutes before that take and hold is up. Meanwhile, over at MisterTomo's base, he's got, again, that heavy weapons team that I mentioned earlier is getting cranked out. Excellent. That will allow him to, again, fortify this position up here, because heavy weapons teams do not count as buildings, and thus can be placed right up next to a critical location. So that'll let him protect that. Got a tactical control down up here. Again, that's providing some additional area for his troops. Also giving him all of his access to his upgrades. More listening posts going down. So MisterTomo, again, is at 127 requisition at the moment versus only 74 for Filthy Rich. So again, that early lead has allowed MisterTomo to continue to build out those listening posts, expand across the map, assert his position, and he now has Filthy Rich boxed in. He has the run of the map.
3 minutes
he can continue to expand out to all of the points, if he so desired, grab them and get the additional requisition. He may not need to in this match, given that it is down to just under 3 minutes on the clock. Another plasma generator going down. Another squad of troops coming out to help support. Let's see, no commissars yet. He is getting some sergeants built, so that will help. But he needs to get some commissars out so he can get his execute going to take care of that morale problem. Meanwhile, we do have a large group of warriors. Oh, this could be a big problem for Filthy Rich, actually. He has nobody to tank with. These warriors are not going to be able to hold up to that firepower. Again, he is pulling them back wisely. We did see there a grenade shot. MisterTomo has upgraded his troops with some grenade launchers. That will be a very critical component in this match, most likely, as those grenade launchers are fragmentation and will cause disruption to
2 minutes
Filthy Rich's
until
forces,
take and
which
hold
will prevent them
victory.
from firing and give him more time to attack them. Here we see, again, excellent play from MisterTomo, getting stuck into one of the squads, stopping from firing. That was devastating for Filthy Rich. That number of squads of warriors should have been able to easily wipe out this entire force of Imperial Guard. However, they need support. Again, they need someone going and tank for them to stop them from taking the fire. We've got a heavy bolter turret going down. This will quite likely finalize the match right here. It's already looking pretty grim for Filthy Rich, given that he still does not have a Dark Foundry out, so no vehicles. He's got the Homunculus Laboratory up so he can do some upgrades, but again, he's just simply running out of time. He's only got about 60 seconds left on the clock. He's not going to be able to get through all of this. This is looking like it's going to be a
1
win
minute
for
until
MisterTomo.
take and hold victory.
We'll have to see if he decides to push in, try to get some more points before the victory. But yes, looks like a round 1 going to MisterTomo. See, Filthy Rich is holding off on the Resign. Looks like he wants to try to cause some more damage. Got a squad of Scourge out. Those will definitely be able to provide some good firepower against the Imperial Guard.
30 seconds
Their splinter
until
cannons
take
will
and
cause
hold
a
victory.
lot of damage to these lightly armored Imperials. That said, MisterTomo is pushing in. We are seeing some of that heavy firepower from those Reapers coming in. They are going to take out that commander. That command squad is probably going to go down pretty quick, but it's not going to matter. We're down to 8 seconds left. So that was actually some good points for Filthy Rich at the end there, taking out that command squad. But congratulations to MisterTomo for victory in Game 1 of his match in this first round of Season 1 HyperLeague. Thanks for watching, everybody, and stay tuned for the second game in this match.